Are you a genius?
Well, you got no excuse not to be one.
See, in the 21st century, you can pretty much learn anything you want online, from the comfort of your own home and for free. So today we're going to teach you how to do just that and learn all the valuable skills you want. Let's get into it.
So, the very first point is, where do you find this information? Now, you found us on YouTube, so you know that there's a lot of good information on here. It's just a matter of filtering through the bullshit and stop watching how to make slime videos. No, instead you can watch self-improvement on YouTube. You can watch some more sciencey channels or even about coding. There's nothing you can't learn on YouTube. This platform is truly your best friend. Also, a little bonus tip here. Podcasts are actually really good. They're kind of like YouTube on steroids for stuff that you want to learn, but you only need to listen to rather than watching a video. Now, why are podcasts so effective? It's actually because the scene is a bit more elevated in a way. There's not as much trash on there. You can find some very high quality podcasts very quickly. In fact, we'll actually link a few ones in the description down below. Next up, university courses. There are quite a few universities that offer some courses that you can take that take anywhere from 3 to 30 days. Now, these can be a bit costly, so here's our little hidden gem. You can actually find the curriculum of any university degree that you want online. They publish them on their website. Now, if you've ever gone to university, you know that a lot of it is just self-taught stuff. You don't pay the professors to teach you this hidden knowledge that no one talks about. You basically just pay them to grade your exams. So what you can do is actually just look up a course that you would like to study or just have the knowledge of. You can see exactly what the students are learning online for free. And now you can just Google this information. Everything they teach you at university is free information that's available online. So you can basically do an entire degree online. Sure, you don't get the graduation certificate, but you still have all the knowledge. Next up, free trials. You've probably heard of Skillshare. It's very good and they have a 14-day free trial. Also, check out Audible. You can listen to a lot of audiobooks for free by using their free trial. Another very hidden gem is actually short form. If you want very good and extensive summaries that go very deep of all the major but also minor books, you can check out short form. It's very good. Now, as a little bonus tip, they also have a very, very good student offer. So if you choose to actually use some of these services long term, we highly recommend you to do so.
Now, if you want to learn any skill out there, you need to learn how to do proper research. And the way to do that is to find out the sources. Now, you can get really good research papers on something like Google Scholar or Microsoft Academic. Research papers on pretty much any topic. But if you want something a bit more niche, check out science.gov. The science.gov has specifically scientific research papers, so if you want to have anything health related, you better use that one. And if you want to go a step further, use clinicaltrials.gov. This is a site where you can see different studies and trials done, and whenever you want to talk to your friends and boast about your knowledge, just say, there was actually a study about this, and you just suddenly be the smartest guy in the room. But another very important skill to do proper research is knowing how to use Google. So you've never been taught how to Google properly. So today, we've got your back. We'll teach you.
That's exactly right. Now, you probably know Google. Google is your friend. But did you know that you can actually use it on a much, much deeper level by using something called Google Docs? Basically, Google has this feature where certain symbols symbolize certain things. Shut up, phone. Stop vibrating. So, to really boost your research, you can use Google Docs like this. First of all, if you want to look for a specific word or set of words in a web page, you can use the quotation marks. For example, you can type into Google, "Who are the handsome lads from Pablo's Pill?" and then put Pablo's Pill in quotation marks. Now you will only find websites that contain the words Pablo's Pill. If they're not in the website, they're not going to be displayed on Google. Also, use the star for unknown or variable words. If you don't exactly know what to look for in that word search that we just showed you, just simply put in a star and you'll find a couple of websites that still have some very good information. Now, to exclude some information, use the minus. So for example, you can type in Pablo's Pill and then minus YouTube. Now you'll only find websites that contain the words Pablo's Pill but do not contain the word YouTube. This can be very helpful. And next up, define. If you need a very good definition for something, just simply type in define and then the word. Also, this is my favorite. Use cite and then whatever web page you want to use. As a little Pablo's Pill example, you can type in, "Who are the handsome lads from Pablo's Pill?" site reddit.com. Now you'll only find information or websites, post entries from reddit.com. Now, how do you make this productive? Instead of using Reddit, just use one of the websites that we just showed you, like clinicaltrials.org or .gov.
Now there's different levels to learning anything. See, you can actually learn multiple things at once. Because you have limited time, it makes a lot of sense. But it doesn't make a lot of sense to take 3 courses on 3 different topics at the same time. So what you want to use is different mediums. You can read a book on psychology and simultaneously have a course on biology and maybe listen to a podcast on coding or something. And that way you have them all nicely separated. But how do you know which medium to use for what? Well, this depends on what level you want to learn this on, what level of intensity you want to learn this. Now, there's 3 different levels that we created ourselves. It starts with level 1, called the intern. The intern is someone who read a book on something, maybe watched a couple of videos or listened to some podcasts on a topic, and now knows more than the average person. And this is something you can do with a lot of different things, because it doesn't take that much time and it doesn't take that much brain power. The next level is the professional. This is actually a level where you could maybe even monetize this skill, because you know quite a lot about it. Maybe you've done weeks of intense research, or you've taken a short course about it. But there's another higher level. It's called the expert level, level 3. This means having taken some sort of long course, even like a university course, or having done a private mentorship. Usually you can't get these easily without paying, but on the other hand, those are skills you can definitely monetize, so they're worth the investment. And you shouldn't be an expert in every single topic. I suggest choosing 1 or 2 topics, 1 or 2 niches that you become an actual expert in. Because becoming an expert in everything means you're an expert in nothing, because all the information you know is relatively surface level. See, it's going to take way too much brain power to become an expert in everything, and it's going to be a massive waste of your time. So you should really figure out what level of intensity you want to learn each topic. And now to the next wonderful point.
Yes, so next up, we have how to actually remember what you learned. See, once you implement all of these tips that we just gave you, you're going to have so much knowledge. How do you remember this knowledge? First of all, no long paragraphs. When you write down your notes, first of all, rephrase them and then make them very nice and short. See, your brain can retain information a lot better if you write it down in your own words. And also, as we all know, short sentences are a lot easier to remember than really long ones. So condense your knowledge as small as possible, as much as possible. That way, it's very easy to remember long term. Also, flashcards. You've probably always had that little nerdy kid in school that was there with their flashcard like, "Oh, can I remember this?" Well, guess what? You can do that too. You can use it to actually remember stuff. How do you do this? You want to use spaced repetition. Write down your question on one side of the card and then the answer on the next. You can also do this in Notion by using the toggle feature. Now, for spaced repetition, you don't want to practice every single day. That's what you can do in the beginning to learn the skill or the knowledge. To actually retain the information in your head, you want to increase the intervals of not practicing between the practice sessions. That way you basically teach your brain that it's going to have to hold on to this information because it might come up at any given point. Also, very important, use active recall. It's very easy with flashcards to trick yourself into believing that you're actually learning something by reading it, turning it around, and reading the answer. That is wrong. You're just reading, you're not learning. Instead, read the question, answer it, and once it's answered, you turn it around and you see the the answer. Only that way your brain will learn. Next up, build a second brain. You've probably heard of this before from big YouTubers like Ali Abdaal, or the book How to Build a Second Brain by Tiago Forte. The idea is that you take an app like Notion or Evernote, where you store all of your information inside. This can be books, the content of those books. You can link it to different things. This is very, very important because now you don't just have to retain the information in your head, but you also have it on your PC or on your phone. This is really going to transform your learning. Wow, what a banging episode. Don't forget to check out this video as well. We'll see you there.